It's Thursday, February the 6th, 2014, and you're listening to 16 Inputs, a podcast where we talk about video games. My name is Alan, and I'll be hosting today. Today's guest, we have Brian.
Hello.
John.
Hey.
And Eric.
First podcast of the year. Woo!
Yeah.
Really? That's how you start? What?
Wonderful catchphrase, Eric.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. Was I supposed to say something?
No.
Something besides,
Oh, I'm sorry. I was reading something.
Hey. Anyway, first topic of today is just 60 frames per second be standard in gaming. Personally, I think it should. Look at all the Nintendo games. They're actually pretty awesome playing at 60 frames per second.
Yeah, seeing a game at 60 frames is a lot of fun. That's one of the things I like about Diablo 3, which I've been playing recently, is that even though it doesn't look as good as it should, like you look at a PC copy at max settings, it looks way better than console versions. The fact that it's running at 60 frames and is generally pretty fun to play, it's like an arcade hack and slash, that works great for me.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I'm also fine with like 30 frames. Nothing below 30 frames for me. At that point, if it starts dipping below 30 and chugging and like jerking around, then I know the developers did not do their job.
Film is 24.
Yeah.
Eric, what do you
Yeah.
think?
Well, I played Diablo 3 at 5 frames per second once, but that's just because it was online and it was really shitty. It was kind of funny. Yeah, it was really funny. So, well, and then I have played Diablo 3. Well, I can't think of any games besides Diablo 3 right off the bat at 60 frames per second, but that's just because John said it there. But I have played it at full 60 frames per second. And it was freaking pretty as hell.
Yeah.
Game was shit, but pretty as hell.
I don't think it was that bad.
I had too much expectation going into it.
Like StarCraft 2.
Shut up.
Brian, what are your thoughts?
I personally don't mind that. Well, actually, I do mind, actually. 60 frames per second. Some games can give me a headache, like Tools of Destruction, for one. The Ratchet & Clank PS3 game, and, you know, all of the Ratchet & Clank PS3 games give me a headache. I haven't tried the HD collection, so I'm not so sure, but the new Tomb Raider, the one on the PS4, I tried it at my sister's boyfriend place, and that gave me a headache too. And that was running at 60 frames per second.
Did it give you a headache when I was running at 30 frames per second on the PS3?
Kind of, yeah. It kind of gave me a headache, but, you know, I was able to, like, stop and, like, not look at it.
But when you played it at a faster frame rate...
Well, when I play at a faster frame rate, the migraines come faster, so it's like, Like, on the PS3 version, I was like, oh, okay, it's been 2 hours, okay, I can stop now. Then, meanwhile, while I was at my sister's boyfriend place, it's like, hey, let's play this for like 5 minutes. It hurts. It's like, god damn it. It's like, why does it hurt so much? It looks pretty, but it's like, I feel sick.
So you don't think it should be standardized, huh?
I don't think it should. Well, I think 30 frames should be standardized, but I don't think 60 should. I think it depends on the game, though. Yeah. Like, for Gran Turismo, I'm fine with 60 frames. Because, you know, you can see every nuance and, you know, it doesn't hurt my brain.
Yeah, with a racing game, you need 60 frames.
Yeah.
It's something where your reaction is important, your reaction time, 60
Yeah.
frames is key.
Like, you know, racing games,
is
fighting games, first-person shooter games, yeah, I could see that. Was it, shit, what was that game? Dante's Inferno, yeah, Dante's Inferno actually looked pretty good when I was running at 60 frames too.
Game was crap, but yeah, they ran good.
Yeah, but I don't know.
So many crap games. Why?
It's like, why is it the worst games play at the best frame rates and look the best and stuff?
Then in that case, should 1080p be standard then?
On what?
On all consoles, or on the major consoles like PS3 onwards.
Oh yeah, it's like why did they bother advertising the ability to play on 1080p televisions if they're not going to play the game at 1080p?
Yeah.
Well,
I think this is especially true for next gen, though. I mean, if next gen you can't have 1080p as standard, then
someone screwed up.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think they could
I
give
mean,
us.
there are,
Oh wait, go on, John.
it's like there are a few games that do like full 1080. Like I remember playing Lair, which was you remember the dragon
Yeah.
game. It's all right, but the fact that it ran at full 1080, like with anti-aliasing and stuff like that, it looked beautiful. I was like, whoa, this actually looks pretty good.
Yeah.
I can't really play it, but it looks pretty good.
I don't know.
hate it.
I think.
It really hurt when they started lying about it, like
Oh.
Metal Gear Solid 4, where it's like, it technically is running at 1080p. Like, you look at your TV, like what it's picking up from your device, it says 1080p, but it was actually playing at like half that. If you took a screenshot, it would be half 1080.
Well, even Gran Turismo on the PS3 wasn't exactly 1080p. It was like
Upscaled.
no, it was like 1280 by 1080. So the horizontal lines were not exactly full 1080p. Or something weird like that, where they stretch it out like that. I don't know. That's how they were able to technically say it's 1080p because it's 1080p at the back, but it's not exactly.
Well, I think with like the
Nice.
PS3 and 360 gen, it was the first time it was in HD, but not many people can like render up to that high. And for like Gran Turismo, they have to like hit that 60 frames per second mark
Yeah.
constantly. And if they try to keep it like full 1080p constantly, then it'll drop the frame rate. So of course they have to like downscale a bit and stuff. But I think for like the PS3 and 360 generation, yeah, sure. If you downgrade to 720, I'm still fine with that. I'm not, however, comfortable with it dropping down to 720 on the PS4 and Xbox One generation, though.
That's because they're standards now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, I expect it to be standard on those generation than on the PS3 and 360 generation.
How about what the Xbox One did, where they did 900p instead of 1080p?
Yeah, that I was like, what?
Like Forza runs at 900p, and so does Rise of Rome.
Yeah,
Son of
no.
Rome.
But I think it's because those games are aiming for graphical quality, but
Yeah.
not in terms of jaggies. They're more focusing like, oh look, this is how much smoke, how much particles, how much fire, how much arrows we could toss on screen, all that stuff.
Personally, I think.
And also they were launch titles, so whatever.
Yeah.
Mm.
Well,
They're
personally.
They were being conservative, but yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. Personally, I think 1080p and 60 frames per second should be standard on next generation consoles, because then we have a set framework of how we could compare our games.
If the auxiliary games are 1080p 60 frames per second, will you still buy them, Alan?
But not, because I'm not into that kind of games. Right. But I'm saying that if we have 1080p and 60 frames per second as a set standard, then we're able to compare our games graphically in a set framework. Plus, I think it'll benefit, the gamers at the end with better resolution and better frame rates. That's just my opinion. Yeah.
I'm thinking at it from a perspective of a PC gamer, so yeah.
Well, what do you think about it?
Processor power.
Should developers use that extra processing power and improve the graphics?
Oh, yeah.
Or should they just work within the set framework and try to polish it from there?
Well, if you say it that way, I don't know, the way I see it, if there's always like a set sort of ring, I guess, or perimeter where you're supposed to stay within, people tend to get more creative anyways.
Yeah.
And then if you give them like a silver tray of like, here's anything, and it becomes usually strange. Oddly enough, not shit, just strange.
It can be shit though.
I mean, what was that game? I've been playing a lot of indie games recently, actually.
Yeah.
Like, there's Paper Please, there was Leviathan Warships, there was Faster Than Light, there was Starbound. I don't know, actually, Starbound is an indie game, but it's kind of ambitious. Sengoku by Paradox. Actually, no, screw that. Sengoku is a nightmare. Any game by Paradox Interactive is a nightmare. But yeah, usually in the set parameter, they seem to get more creative and more detailed orientated.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
true.
Well, by detail I don't mean like graphics, just like detail, just like gameplay wise.
Yeah.
But
Well,
I don't know. It was
speaking about indie games, do you guys think it actually helped move consoles or
yeah, actually,
platforms or anyway? If anyway?
Yeah.
yeah, I think so.
Yeah, it's like when it comes to like making a game look good and play good, I look at indie games because like they're good examples of not going for total like photorealism and graphical superiority, but it's more like they choose their style and they get the game looking as good as it can for that style,
Yeah.
and then get the game to run as fast as possible and with all the gameplay bits and all that.
But should
Yeah, there's
indie
actually a
games
handful
be
of
60 frames per second though?
If they're not.
I don't see why
I don't
not.
think they.
It's like
I mean, yeah,
my theory about like graphical power is that it's like try to get the game looking as good as it possibly can, whatever the style, photorealistic, cartoony, whatever. Get it looking as good as it possibly can, as highly detailed as possible. Like keep it from looking like somebody turned the texture settings down on the PC. Like,
But
keep
then
it
you end up having games like Minecraft and Doki Doki Universe.
I'm not talking about like totally ugly looking games. I'm talking about like
I mean, Minecraft looks
Like,
kind of ugly, but somehow it has that weird charm to it.
yeah.
I think
Like
it's
I'm talking about
cute.
like let's say you were making something like a new Resident Evil or a new God of War or some kind of hyper realistic looking game. Try to get it looking as deliberate as possible. Like you don't want it to look like someone turned down the settings on a computer so that it could run. Get it to look as good as it can, and if that proves too much, then lower the detail of the style.
Yeah, to a certain extent. I think it's
Basically, like make it so that the game runs smoothly, but it looks like it came at no expense, like it's deliberate.
yeah.
Well, I've recently seen like a sort of uprising in pixelated art
Yeah.
or pixelated games,
Yeah, well,
like Terraria, Starbound, Minecraft, whatnot, FTL2
like Retro
actually.
City Rampage and stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean, they look completely fine. I mean, you could run it at 1080p. I mean, there's nothing wrong with it.
They might not run at
But-
60 frames up.
Yeah, but the
With
thing
that
is,
kind of
you
parts,
don't. Yeah, but the thing is, you don't need to do it like that.
no.
And it's
Yeah.
it's cheap, pretty, gets the game across. You're done. There was
Runs
actually
at
what was
10
it?
frames per second instead of 60.
Yeah, and then there's well, in terms of graphics, there's also style you need to consider.
Yeah.
What's that game that Tim Schafer made?
Broken Age?
Broken Age?
Broken Age, was it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's pretty as hell, but it's simplistic at the same time. I mean, you don't need a groundbreaking computer to play that game.
No,
No.
but it has a really good art style. And it has charming animations to it too, so yeah.
Yeah. And there's the Wolf Among Us games.
Yeah, the Telltale games.
Yeah, the Telltale games. It has that
Comic book
there's
look to it.
Yeah, that comic book style too.
Yeah, but I think
Yeah.
polygonal games benefit from higher resolution and 60 frames per second, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do. It's just like you don't need like wallet breaking processor power to play it though.
No, you don't. But the argument was whether those things should be standard for games.
Well, in my opinion, I think 1080p should be standard. 60 frames should not be. Yeah, because if you keep it at 30 frames per second, you can still add more stuff on screen compared to 60 frames per second.
That is true.
Yeah. So you wouldn't have to worry about taking stuff away just to hit that 60 frames per second mark.
Personally, I think from a gameplay perspective, if you keep things at 60 frames per second, I'm talking about polygonal games here, not sprite-based games.
Yeah, I know, but I think
yeah,
the 60...
but I think hold on, bro. I think that if it's 60 frames per second, then the controls are much more precise and much more what's it called?
Responsive.
Yeah, responsive compared to a 30 frames per second game.
I think it depends what kind of game you're playing for. For instance, like Mass Effect doesn't need to be at 60 frames per second, and you can still keep that at 30. Because
but doesn't the gameplay get better if it's at 60 frames per second, though?
It's a jump, but it's not that big of a jump.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Well, why not try to be more? Well, I would think, like you said, 30 frames is more inclusive than 60 frames, right?
Yeah.
Well, 30 frames is you you can use the extra processing power to improve the graphics.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you want better lighting, better shadows, better maybe like more characters on screen, then 30 frames per second is the way to go. But if you want, a more a game that
That looks smooth and
that
runs
looks
smoothly.
smoother and is much more responsive to the player, then 60 frames per second is the way to go.
Well, so along the way the technology is advancing, I would think 1080p and 60 frames per second will eventually become the standard set.
It'll probably
still
become
be
the
inclusive.
standard, but we're not there in the console side yet. We're there with the PC side of things, but not there with the console side.
What is the standard for console, if there is any?
Well, on PS3 right now is 720p and 30 frames per second, and on PS4 is 1080p and 30 frames per second at the lowest denominator.
1080p with quotes around it.
Yes, because it could go down to 900p.
And upscale it.
Yeah, upscale back up
Okay.
to 1080p.
So they're just, I guess, tapping on it, so to speak.
Yeah.
See if it bites back.
Well, that's because the Xbox One can only some games can only support up to 900p. So originally Battlefield 4, the launch title for the PS4, was only 900p, and after both consoles came out, they released a patch for the PS4 version that brought it back up to 1080p.
Well, I personally don't care about the 60 frames per second part, but 1080p part, I would like to get rid of as many jaggies as possible, basically. Yeah.
Why? So eventually we get that 4K TV, it wouldn't look so bad.
What? Well, I'm not getting a 4K
when you
TV.
get the you will.
But eventually, when you have buy your own house and you're gonna want to stock your own furniture into it, of course you're probably gonna get a 4K because 4K will probably be standard by then, wouldn't it?
I don't know.
All
I
right.
hope. Maybe.
They will probably get out $300 4K TVs by then.
Oh god.
Then would you care about the 1080p and whatever?
Well, we're gonna need to make stuff in 4K if you think about it. So.
There's no point in getting a 4K TV right now because nothing goes into 4K.
Not yet. That's still 5 years off. 10
I mean,
years
I
off.
can render shit out in 4K, sure, but it's gonna kill my computer.
Where can you display it on?
What? No, I can render it out through Maya, but Maya will kill my computer.
Yeah, but you have nothing to watch it on because there's no 4K displays, and we don't have access to a 4K display
Yeah,
yet.
but you can downgrade it to 1080p, so there's no point.
So what? That alias thing? It just does it by itself?
Yeah, probably.
You don't need to turn on anti-aliasing because the resolution's so high?
Maybe. That would be funny, though.
Oh, it's called downsampling. That's right. That's the word. Where the resolution is twice the display is.
Yeah.
Anyway, okay. So there's a rumor going around that Sony's creating a virtual reality headset. What do you guys think about virtual reality in general? Stuff
Oculus?
stuff like the Oculus Rift or whatever Valve's cooking up these days.
Unless you have the Matrix thing where you could jack your head into the internet, I don't care.
So unless they could do virtual reality porn or something, you're not gonna jump into it.
Yes. Unless I could put my brain inside a robot, I don't care.
I don't care about virtual reality. I just want the fucking heavy rain glasses.
That is
Virtual reality is too far away for my lifetime.
You can kind of do
glasses.
that with Google Glass, though.
Exactly. Why can't they get this shit going faster? Virtual reality is not happening in my lifetime, but augmented reality glasses can happen.
Play wall ball.
Yes.
No, No, the problem is with stuff like Google Glass, the only thing so far they've been able to do is make a ball bounce on your hand, and that's it.
Yeah.
So, wait for like Google Glass 2 or 3, then you can finally have 3D objects which you can toss around in space. That would be cool though. Yeah.
And then Apple comes out with something easier.
Probably.
Yeah.
I don't know, yeah, why don't they do that? Huh?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Apple has more money than God, and they're not doing anything with it.
They can jumpstart the
Weren't they
economy.
making boats?
Mhm.
Wasn't Google making like boats off the coast of San Francisco or something?
Yeah. Then they didn't have permits for it, so they had to tug it away.
Wasn't they doing that in like Hong Kong too? Around the world?
You know.
And they're buying robot companies.
Yes.
Yes.
Skynet?
Yep. That's Google.
Oh dear.
You Google.
Yep. Our future will be enslaved by ad-supported robots.
They have apps.
Thanks a lot, Mark Zuckerberg, you bastard.
They'll know everything about us because we share them.
Yeah.
We're dumb enough to share online.
Mm-hmm. So,
Blame Mark Zuckerberg. Selling our information everywhere.
And you get likes for that.
did you guys see that new Sly Cooper movie trailer?
Are
No.
you?
I don't really care because, well, one, I haven't even played a single Sly Cooper game.
Sly Cooper was my favorite PS2 game. Well, was.
Well, what do you guys think about that Sony's move to make their video game franchises into movies?
I want to hear Eric's take on this, actually. Yeah, I'm
Okay.
interested.
Okay. A few steps back, the only good video game movie that I can recall off the top of my head is the Prince of Persia movie. And that was
Not Final Fantasy Spirits Within?
No, that movie.
That one doesn't exactly feel like a video game movie. It felt like they were actually doing their own thing with that.
Yeah,
And it was alright on its own.
there wasn't enough fantasy in that movie.
Yeah. But it was very final. It ended their division.
final.
It was pretty final.
Yes, it was. For Squaresoft. But, oh god, I don't even know what to say about the art style for the movie. It's like they tried to make it realistic. I'm talking Raccoon realistic.
Yeah,
Little thief cook.
they got 2 years to fix that.
Wait, what?
They got 2 more years to fix that. It's coming out in 2016.
Oh no, I was died before then. I know that, but still.
Mm.
Oh, I'm just so mad. And what was it? The fourth Sly Cooper game?
Yeah,
One was time traveling.
yeah,
Okay, time traveling is hard enough to do in anything.
yeah.
And then they're like showing his ancestors. I'm like, okay, this seems kind of cool. And then I get to the end, and I'm just watching this on YouTube, and I realize, wait, the bad guy is one of the good guys from the third game. The good guys that you worked so goddamn hard for us fans to fall in love with.
Uh-oh.
Oh, you guys are douches.
Hey, I haven't exactly finished that game, you know.
You don't need to.
Oh,
And and they left an ambiguous ending because that's what they always do.
yeah.
And I didn't want to know anymore because I was so sad and angry. And then they're like, Sly Cooper, the movie. And I'm like, you can fart that up your face all day.
Did you see the Ratchet and Clank movie trailer?
Yeah, I laughed.
Yeah, it's made by the same company though.
Yeah, I know.
Well, here's the thing which I wonder. How come Ratchet and Clank looks like Ratchet and Clank, but Sly Cooper looks weird?
See, that's what I was asking too.
Yeah.
Like, Ratchet and Clank looks so much better. What's going on?
Probably a different team.
Yeah, probably. No, the thing which I was kind of pissed off is that they decided to get rid of cell shading.
Yeah.
And then they added a bit of cell shading inside the trailer, which I was like, what?
Is there not a Jack and Daxter movie trailer?
No, there's a Heavily Sword trailer, which doesn't look too good. A Ratchet and Clank movie trailer and a Sly Cooper movie trailer, all made by the same company.
I don't want to see a Heavenly Sword movie. I just want them to make the second game like they promised.
Did they promise?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hello?
Yeah. Still here.
Yeah, I know. I was like, what the hell did they do to Murray? And yeah, Murray just looks weird.
I don't know. I'll reserve judgment until the movie comes out because they got 2 more years to fix all that. But the Ratchet and Clank movie, I'm actually pretty excited for it because it actually looks pretty good. It has lots of potential.
Is John off? Oh, John and Eric are off.
Oh. Is our internet down?
Is it?
Check.
Why are we talking to each other?
Oh. Hold on.
Our internet is down.
Oh, damn. Fix it then.
Okay, fine. Wait. Don't close the thing yet. Our internet just went down. Internet, why?
Okay. Yeah, let's move on from the movie topic then. And, sorry listeners, internet trouble, but we're back on again. So, PlayStation Now, you guys heard about it?
Yes.
Yes.
Now I have.
John has not. Okay. PlayStation Now is basically Sony's Gaikai service. It's now rebranded into PlayStation Now. PlayStation Now is basically where you're able to stream your games from a server to your display and play your games on basically on anything, ranging from TVs to tablets to smartphones to your PlayStation consoles and your PS Vita.
Cool.
Yeah.
So
They showed it off.
basically, you can play play The Last of Us on your internet-connected TV, your tablets, your iPhone, or your Vita.
Yeah, they showed it off at CES this January, and it looked pretty sick.
Nice.
Yeah, currently the roadmap is closed beta in Q1 this year. Then in the summer they're going to release it in the US and Canada, and after that they're going to open it up to Europe and Japan in the fall.
Can you cross over
Crossover for
regions?
meaning you can play multiplayer games?
Yeah, sort of.
I assume you're going to be able to play multiplayer games globally no matter what, isn't it? I mean, isn't it like how it is right now, where it's dependent on the game?
Maybe.
Yeah. Well,
No.
anyway.
What I do wonder is, can you play The Last of Us on your PS3? Stop. Pick up your Vita. Play The Last of Us from there. Stop. Bring your iPhone out to a meeting. Continue playing The Last of Us from there. Stop. And after that, go to your friend's house and take out your tablet and continue playing The Last of Us from there.
Well, I assume if you're playing The Last of Us on PlayStation Now, throughout all of that, then it should be. It is, isn't it?
Mm.
I mean, if you're playing The Last of Us on PS3 on disc, and after that, play on Go on your Vita, using PlayStation Now, then it shouldn't be compatible, would it?
Mm.
I don't know. They say that you're able to rent or buy games or subscribe to games on there. So I'm not sure yet. So we'll see how the pricing structure goes when it comes out during the summer. Do you guys have any thoughts or opinions about it?
Well,
I kind of like how people are doing more of that now. Like,
streaming, more, yeah.
Well, kind of that. Like they're actually using Wi-Fi
Yeah.
to its fullest extent now. Like, there was this old movie well, not really old, but relatively old, but now in the 90s called Antitrust, and basically it's about like this software company that kidnaps, or it doesn't really kidnaps people, but basically steals the best, brightest minds to work on the program so they can monopolize it. And they're working on this new one called Synapse, which is basically what Wi-Fi is doing now. Like they basically predicted this interlinking of objects, cell phones, tablets, TVs, everything, all together, all linked together. And I like how they're actually doing that now. Like if you have a Wi-Fi, basically, I can use my tablet, watch Netflix. My account recognizes where I leave off, so if I like close the tablet, go onto my computer, turn on Netflix, it'll say, "Would you like to resume playing?" and stuff.
Yeah.
It's cool how things work like that now.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome. But people are wondering whether our internet speeds are fast enough for playing games on the go like that.
Seem fast enough.
Well,
Just can't seem to hold a signal. It's like, yeah, my internet's really fast, but it does not want to stay on.
yeah, that's true. What do you think, Brian? Any comments, opinions, thoughts?
I'm gonna get flack for this, but as long as it looks like YouTube resolution, I'm fine with it.
Okay, you don't want it to look like Netflix where it starts out crappily, then
Well, okay, if it's
time.
not like Netflix where it starts out crappily, but slowly once it reaches your algorithms, it slowly gets better, then I'm down with that. Because that's what the PS4 Live with PlayStation thing does. It's basically a service where you can look at other people's playthrough while they're like broadcasting their games. For instance, like if I'm playing Tomb Raider, I could broadcast out to like Twitch and people could be seeing like my playthrough of like Tomb Raider if they want. But I like that like if you view somebody's playthrough, it starts out crappy, but as it goes on, it becomes clearer as you play through. So if they do something like that on PlayStation Now, then that'd be interesting. But it'll suck for like Twitch shooters or fighters, which you need actual precision and stuff, though, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I don't think it'll work for Twitch shooters or stuff like that, but for RPGs or any other type of games that doesn't require responsive action, it could work. And bring the topic back to full circle. So in that case, would a 1080p and 60 frames per second help? In this kind of scenario?
No.
Well, maybe not the 1080p part because if you're streaming the video over, but if the game was originally 60 frames per second, and if you have to consider the latency of you're streaming through the internet, then wouldn't that help? I don't know. It's just a thought. That's too technical, huh?
Yeah, too technical. Yeah.
You lost me somewhere.
All right.
Hey man, I'm here just to play games, man.
Yeah. Okay.
Don't go throwing that technical crap my way.
Yeah.
As long as it appears on my TV, is fine.
Okay. Stereo sound.
I still know my stereo sound. Yeah. Oh yeah, have you guys heard of Sonic Boom?
Nope.
The new Sonic game is called Sonic Boom.
That was my reaction when I heard the name. I know that's a stupid name, but yet it somehow works.
Kill me, please.
I know. I thought it was funny. I was like, "What the hell?"
Why didn't you guys come up with this earlier?
Yeah.
Sounds like a good Connect game.
Does this have anything to do with a Sonic Boom, or is it just a name?
It's just a name.
Oh God.
No, but they're releasing it for the Wii U, the 3DS, and they're making a TV show out of it.
What?
I
Please,
know.
no.
Why?
Didn't they have Sonic TV shows in the past?
Yeah, but this on CG.
Oh.
Oh, yeah.
Wait, a Sonic TV show?
Yeah, Sonic TV show.
They used to have them in 2D in the past.
Oh, that shit. You mean like where they're like, Sonic says don't do this? Wait a minute. I actually just pulled up a Sonic the Hedgehog.
And he plays guitar and stuff or something like that.
Are we talking
remember
about
that
Sonic the
one.
Hedgehog cartoon? Because I'm looking at a new. Oh, wait, no, this is next game. Never mind.
I remember that
What
one.
did they
yes.
do to Knuckles?
The game is called Sonic Boom, and I think they redesigned some of the characters.
Yeah.
Sega, why? Why did you show Sonic? Why, damn you?
Sonic has a scarf now, and Knuckles look buffed up.
If you look closely at Sonic's shoes, he has tape on them.
Yeah, everybody has tape.
Except for Amy.
Yeah.
It was Velcro. She's smart.
She's smart.
Knuckles on tape. What the hell? Where are those Knuckles?
I know. I personally don't mind.
I don't mind 3 out of 4.
Do you mind a TV show?
They did it once and it's failed horribly. Why would they try it again?
Because, it's, I don't know, it's a CG just
It makes money.
Has there ever been a second Mario game? A Mario TV show? Oh wait, no.
Super show.
Oh wait, there has.
Wasn't the Mario TV show like popular in Mexico or something?
Yeah, it was really bad, and they made a movie out of it.
Hmm.
And we already know what
yes, the movie.
to be honest, the movie's really fun to watch if you have a bunch of friends together.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I kind of
it's
wish.
so-
I kind of wish I could make another Mario movie, but knowing Nintendo, they probably don't want to do that.
They got burned by the by the first time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like we already fucked over Bob Hoskins' career. Let's not do this to anyone else.
Hmm.
It's like, yeah, well, you can ask Bob Hoskins about any movie except Mario Bros.
Oh, I can get StarCraft 2 Part of the Swarm for $20 on Amazon. Do I want to? No.
Okay.
The only reason I would get those is there's the story, because at least they're more. Oh, they got better writers than Diablo.
Mm-hmm.
So what games have all of you guys been playing?
I have been playing. Where is it? I have been replaying
Finally,
Total War. Bad. And Toy Soldiers.
Hmm.
And that is. Actually, I've been mostly wandering around the internet looking for interesting Flash games.
Ibro Masa, you've been playing that.
Oh, that too, a little bit.
Yeah. I've been playing mostly Gran Turismo PSP and a little bit of Sonic Racing Transformed. And I have Tokiden pre-ordered and Final Fantasy X pre-ordered also.
Final Fantasy X. Actually, what do you think of the new Final Fantasy game? No, Final Fantasy VI, the iOS.
For me, I actually don't mind it. Actually, I do know a lot of purists hated it though.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're like, what have they
always-
done?
purists don't matter. They're pointless.
Well, they kind of changed the gameplay for the mobile, and it doesn't seem that fluid.
They did? I thought they changed the graphical only.
No, they changed the graphics in the gameplay.
Well, I know they rearranged some of the buttons for touch and stuff, but
Yeah, and you have to slide up a menu in order to attack and
yeah,
stuff.
but it's not. I don't really care about that.
Well,
That's like the little things. Yeah, I mean, the story's the same, and like,
graphics,
almost-
music's changed a little bit.
yeah, but not that much.
Yeah.
Enough for the stuff.
Yeah, and that's what No, they added like snow effects when the mechs are like walking through the snow and all that shit. After that,
They took out Sakaguchi's name out.
yeah, they got some. We're just like, oh man, that must hurt.
I
It
kind of want
doesn't
to see
look that
Kefka.
bad.
I mean, it doesn't look bad, but it's not the remake that it could have been, which I think a lot of people were disappointed by.
I mean, graphically, it looks exactly the same. They just
Polished.
touched it up. It just looks cleaner.
Yeah.
If people are complaining about that, then those people are nuts.
Well, there's some parts which they change a lot, like Figaro, the castle. They changed that to look more smaller than the original, so people were like pissed off about that. But whatever. Square can do what they want because eventually
You will buy.
no, because eventually they can start making them in 3D.
We
Really?
don't care We don't care anymore. Just do what you want.
Yeah,
Or they might do the opposite. They see that the sales are so bad for the new remakes that they won't ever remake a game ever again.
This
Oh,
is
so that means they're
Square.
stupid.
Huh?
Like hell, they will stop remaking one of their old games.
What do you mean like hell? They see the new remake doesn't
I mean-
sell, then they don't want to remake it anymore.
What the hell? 7.
Uh-huh.
Everybody's been screaming 6 and 7 for how long?
Yeah. 7 to be exact.
Oh, 6
I
years.
have a feeling that 7 is gonna come to iOS sooner than we expect.
Really? It's not. It's yeah.
Please
I hope
don't.
not.
I think so.
It came on 3 discs. Please, that's too much for a tiny little phone.
San Andreas is on the iOS, so I don't see why not.
At the very least, they could just put it on the Vita.
Yeah.
Make it look like a Vita game. They don't have to do it. Make it look like a PS4.
The problem with the Vita is that the install base is not there.
But if they put it there, it can get there.
That's true. Sell Vitas by putting 7 on there.
Actually, I'm still waiting for. Wait, is it still called Type 0? Or did it change the name again?
No, it's Type 0.
Still Type 0? Still waiting for Type 0.
Yeah.
I think they're porting that to iOS though.
They did, and it was awful.
Yeah. I think we're getting that version in the West.
I hate them.
Not the PSP version.
I hate them. I hate them so much.
I know.
I hate them.
I hate Square too.
Why?
When's Borderlands 2 coming out on the Vita?
When's what?
Borderlands 2 coming out on the Vita.
They say it's March.
Really? I thought
Yeah.
summer. Huh.
Oh, March.
Because I just finished playing it on my PS3,
Hmm.
and it'd be cool to take it on the go.
So good.
It's like, I guess. When they made their villain, they must have been like, okay, how do we make the biggest freaking asshole dick jerkwad in the universe?
I'm back.
Yes.
Yeah, Handsome Jack, the villain of Borderlands 2. He is like you know how people say it's like X. I wrote the book on X. He's the kind of the way he's written in the game is like he would be the kind of person to say, I wrote the book on being a jerk ass, and he quite literally probably has actually written a bok about it.
Actually,
Stop.
sorry, I'm
He is.
looking at 5v6 iOS.
He's funny.
Yeah. Actually, 5v6 on the iOS doing the Mode 7 graphics doesn't look that bad, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wait, hold on, let me post it up. I don't know, I thought it looks pretty cool, but it looks pretty like 90s stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, that
It
city.
looks good.
That city.
Hmm.
Why are the trees flat? If you can
I
make a
like
city
the look.
3D, heck, there are trees in the distance that are in 3D. Why the hell is that forest flat?
Because
That's just lazy.
it's the same map as the Game Boy version, but they just upres it a little.
Oh, that's just lazy though. Oh, come on, there's 3D trees right there in the village, in the city. But those trees over there are flat.
It's on the iOS. It's like, yeah.
If you stand next to that, apparently a person standing next to that village is like a mom, is like a giant.
Yeah.
Whoa.
I don't know. I thought it was cool.
I forgot where we were.
That is a little strange, but at the same time, it's like I'd be looking at this like, hey, I get to play a good looking version of Final Fantasy VI. I'm happy.
Yeah.
I don't know. I still think those games play better with button controls though, because they were built for them.
That's true.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Will this version be coming out on like the Vita or something?
I
Instead
don't
of
know.
having to play like a PS1 classic or that.
I don't know. Square's up in the air. I guess they're waiting for the sales of Final Fantasy X before they decide on whether to do more.
Oh yeah,
stuff.
here's a closer one at the village. I don't know. I thought it was interesting.
No matter how much you give me screenshots of this, Brian, the trees and forest in that one image were flat.
I know. I just thought it's funny.
That village looks like crap too.
Yeah, but it looks better than the Game Boy Advance version, that's for sure.
It looks
Yeah.
more prettier in Game Boy Advance.
Where the answer was basically the.
Yeah.
I know. I'll wait till Final Fantasy X before I decide on any future
Actually, speaking of Square,
stuff.
have you guys seen Bravely Default?
Yes.
Nope.
Comments, whatever. It's basically Final Fantasy, like the DS. Final Fantasy 1, was it? The DS version? Like the.
It's basically Full Warriors of Light.
Yeah. Final Fantasy, a kind of mix of Final Fantasy 3 with whimsical nature and happy music.
Happy music.
Yeah.
I don't know. I kind of hope that it turns out good. I hope.
It will.
And then I think about me hoping for Square Enix, and then I'm just like, oh,
I wish it would come out for the Vita.
coming out for the 3D. Oh wait, no, wait, you have a 3DS.
Brian has the 3DS.
I have a 3DS.
I sold my 3DS to Brian.
Why?
And got a Vita.
And I have both.
Yeah,
Because I got a job.
I
bought
have two.
I mean, come on. The Vita's a way better system than 3DS.
How many games does it have?
Does
A lot,
what?
actually.
Japan doesn't count.
No, not including Japan.
Wait, are you talking about the Vita?
Yeah, he's asking how many games does Vita have. The Vita has a lot of games.
Over
Like,
1,000 games.
yeah.
Yeah.
How much does DS have?
Well, I guess that includes like the PS1 classics. Like not Vita exclusive games, but like
Well, Vita
Any-
exclusive
every
games are
console.
like, I don't know, 500, 300, something like that.
there's a lot of PS1 classics and PSP games you can get.
Not to mention minis.
Oh yeah.
Oh, screw that.
What do we screw that?
Minis are basically iOS games.
Yeah, but I got Tetris and Monopoly off them.
Okay.
Yeah. You get good games like Monsters Probably Stole My Princess and Velocity Ultra and stuff like that. Or was it just Velocity? Either way, it's pretty good. And then after that, yeah, you get a bunch of good games on there.
If you have mobile, yeah.
Yeah, not to mention PlayStation Mobile stuff, which I don't think PlayStation is actually that good, but oh well.
What? Some of the mobile stuff are quite fun.
PlayStation Mobile?
Yeah.
Like what? Chaos Rings?
No, like the running game which I have. That was pretty fun.
Eh.
And I don't know. Yeah, there's a couple other games like Gun Commando, all that stuff.
But usually the PlayStation Mobile quality isn't that good though.
And yeah,
Compared
usually.
to the PlayStation Minis quality.
Yeah.
Because the PlayStation Minis actually require ESRB ratings,
Yeah.
unlike the PlayStation Mobile stuff.
Hmm.
Actually, going back to our little 60 frames 1080p argument, I just got reminded of games like Super Stardust, or something like, I wish people would do more like that, where they just get the game looking as pretty as it can, as fast as it can, but it's so much fun that graphics don't matter at all.
What?
Like, do the Nintendo thing.
Yeah, but how? Well, what? Is that running at 60 frames?
Yeah.
Yep.
Even on
Nonstop.
the even on the Vita?
Stardust at 60 frames.
I haven't played the Vita version,
Oh,
but like that Super Stardust HD and
because I know it's
Wipeout
60 frames
HD.
on the PS3. Yeah.
Oh yeah. People need to do more stuff like that.
Hmm.
Or at the very least, just get a good tech department for once. Or people who know how to use the Unreal Engine, for fuck's sake.
Yeah. Stop making everything look like plastic.
Stop making everything look like plastic. Stop making metals feel like aluminum. Stop making animations jerk all over the place.
Mm.
Stop popping in textures.
I do wonder if Unreal Engine 4 fixed a lot of that shit, though.
I hope so.
Yeah.
When is id Tech gonna make their engine like for open source?
They're not.
Then they got bought by like someone, ZeniMax.
ZeniMax, yeah.
Because if anything looks beautiful, the id Tech engine looks great.
But in ZeniMax own Bethesda software, don't they?
Yeah.
So why don't they get Bethesda?
Exactly. Yeah, like Bethesda, come on, what is wrong with you
Bethesda
guys?
makes some of the shittiest engines on the planet, man.
I mean, it's like, yeah, that getting to the technology part, Bethesda, some of the greatest RPG games on the planet, the worst QA department in the history of gaming.
Yeah.
And their people look like shit.
Their faces, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, they did a good job upgrading the faces and stuff in Skyrim, but they still animate like
They still don't look so good either. Now you guys, just share the technology, damn it. It makes up the best engines on the planet, and you guys have the worst engines on the planet.
It's like, if you don't want to share it, sell it.
Yeah.
License it out to people.
Like, what you guys did in the past.
I mean, they're like Santa Monica, their Connecticut engine, which they've upgraded over time and used for God of War 3. It's obvious they were like Eat, Sleep, Play used it for the Twisted Metal game. It has the same features, the same effects. It looks the same. It's like, and it played great. It's like, why can't more people do that? Share their technology.
I wouldn't be surprised if Journey used that too.
Yeah, I think it was.
Oh.
Just because it's so simplified, you wouldn't notice.
Yeah.
They don't have heads being ripped off in real time.
Or blood.
Oh yeah, I also got God of War Ascension.
Nice.
Played a bit of online. It sucks being a latecomer, because it's like everybody's super leveled up. They've got awesome equipment.
That's the
They're
thing about
super strong. They have a lot of health.
That's the thing about
I can't
online,
stand-
though, is that everybody's better than you if you're a latecomer, though. So it's like, god damn it.
Yeah, if you're a latecomer to online games, you're fucked.
Yeah.
It's like, wow, Battlefield 4. I just got it. This is great. Oh, there's online. Wow. Why am I dead? I thought I just started.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, respawn. Okay, I can run around. What was that?
That's why matchmaking is supposed to help, but no.
Like, okay, newbies, go with the experts.
Hmm. All right.
What do you mean, alright?
I don't know. The next few topics are like Sony sells off their PC and TV division and Flappy Bird.
Flappy Bird.
Okay, Flappy Bird is just a remake of that helicopter game that came out.
iHelicopter.
Yeah. But it's getting really popular these days.
Just because it's got birds, people think it's like a spiritual successor to Angry Birds. Dumbasses.
Didn't Flappy Bird use like images or like backgrounds from the Mario game?
No, it's just a bird trying to fly between pipes.
Yeah, no,
And
those
then-
pipes are like from the Mario games.
Yeah, and in order to fly, you have to tap the screen.
It's just like that copter game from like the
Yeah.
90s,
Yeah.
where you just hold the
Yeah.
button to ascend.
I don't know. It's been selling pretty well.
Jeez.
I know.
Why can't we make games like that?
Why did we thought of that?
Yeah. Just take an old
Because
game.
it was already. The reason you didn't think of it is because it was already done,
It's-
like over 10 years ago.
yeah.
We could just grab an old game and reskin it.
Same. Yeah, that's basically what Angry Birds is. There was this game that was free. It was a flash game online called like Catapult Records or something like that, or Crash the Castle, and it kind of had ugly graphics, but it was basically you launch a trebuchet and to destroy a castle using physics, and that's exactly what Angry Birds is. You launch a projectile to destroy a structure with physics.
Yeah.
I think the reason why these games sell so well is because they're toilet games. You just play them when you're on the toilet.
Play it on the toilet, Alan.
I don't play on the toilet, but I know a lot of people who do.
Yeah, playing Bejeweled is very relaxing,
Especially when you're not
Especially-
diarrhea.
especially in Zen mode, which is endless.
So we're going to
Soothing.
design a game for mobile. It has to be able to play it one-handed.
You have to be able to play it one-handed, and it has to look cute.
So I guess
Make
Flappy
a game
Birds
that
fit
cures
the mold.
constipation.
Is that why
Yeah,
people
you
like
really
Flappy
want-
Birds?
Why?
Because you're just sitting on the loo and be like tap 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 tap. Like, come on, get to the fifth pipe.
And
Jack, come on and that one,
And also
Doctor.
because it's cute.
Yeah.
It's really annoying when people fall for these things just because it's cute.
So there's nothing wrong with it.
Like, that's the thing that pisses me off about
Purpose.
Angry Birds. Will always piss me off. Angry Birds made so much capital just because it's a stolen idea that's been reskinned.
Yeah.
Hey, John, think we can do that?
Might as well try.
I
Let's
mean,
reskin Mario and see how far we can get.
if it can't be a Tesla, be an Edison, right?
Yeah, basically.
It's like, okay, let's go back to the 90s. What addicting fun game was there? And
It's
what
like
came
bike.
Yeah, Excite Bike.
Sure.
Although I have seen a few Excite Bike style games.
Yeah, it's like Joe Danger and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Well, they
Okay, come on. We'll think of something eventually.
Circus Charlie or something like that.
You want
Well,
you want Circus Charlie?
Hey, that's basically Temple Run, but side scrolling.
Yeah. I guess we could.
Battle
You
Slug,
just
maybe?
have to jump.
Oh yeah. It's like you tap to jump and you're riding a lion jumping through rings of fire.
Yeah.
You know, you could basically. Well, people like birds, so we can make a bird go into rings. Of fire.
Really?
That's gonna sell. Why not?
Why the hell not? Like, what's the opposite of a bird?
No, why don't you make Circus Charlie mixed in with that penguin sliding game on his belly?
Oh
and
God.
just play it one-handed.
What, Tiny Wings?
Yeah, Tiny Wings. Tiny
That might
Wings
actually work.
jump through rings and collect points.
So slide jump.
Slide, jump, collect ring. Slide, jump, collect ring. Bam, done.
That might work.
All right, guys, you heard it all here first. No one steal our ideas. We thought about it. Okay. So
Intellectual property.
Yeah. we thought about it at hour 20 something. I forgot. There's a timestamp on this shit. So yeah, you guys can't steal it.
It probably will.
To our
Someone's
5
up-
viewers out there.
Someone's already come up with something.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And the last topic I have is Amazon buys Double Helix.
What?
Basically, Amazon bought out this video game company that used to do Silent Hill stuff.
Silent Hill Homecoming.
Yeah.
Why did Amazon buy it?
I don't know. They might be up to something.
Amazon's building their own video game console, from what I heard.
I hope not.
Amazon video game console.
Shit.
Is it free with Prime?
I don't know.
Subscribe to Prime and get a free console?
I don't know. Do you own a Kindle Fire?
No.
Then don't
Wait.
bother.
Yeah, they have Kindle Fire. What the hell do you... Huh. They didn't want to make games for that. Well, I'm out of topics, so if you guys have any other topics, then I guess we're done. Okay, I guess we're done. And
Okay.
so that's all the time we have for today. Thank you everyone for being here today, and thank you to everybody listening on YouTube. Don't steal our idea. We came up with that shit. If you like what you're listening, please click like and subscribe. This is 16 Inputs, and we're out.